Hello, everybody. I'm a CRV, Honda CRV enthusiast, and what I hate is when you get ripped off by your local dealer. They want to charge 6,000 Rand for a tiny, tiny cable about this size. In fact, they don't replace the cable; they replace the entire mechanism. And so this is the mechanism. This entire mechanism costs about 4,000 Rand. In Europe, it costs about 6,000 Rand or 5,400 Rand, round about there. And the part that breaks when your cable actually breaks isn't even shown here. It's so small. And let me just show you the part that actually breaks. But um, this is the part that actually breaks out of the aluminium crimp, and this is the cable that needs to be replaced. But they don't replace the cable, they replace the entire mechanism, which you can imagine would cost you an arm and a leg. So that cable's broken. This is actually where your hand cable, your left and right back hand cables actually connect. And when you pull up the handbrake, it actually pulls this in this direction. And this cable over here actually pulls this entire mechanism forward to keep the handbrakes on. The other end of the handbrake cable is over there. So this cable is connected there. It runs through here, and then it snaps off a little round cylindrical pin inside here. It's actually crimped in there. And it comes out of the crimp. Now what you got to do is replace this cable. It's really, really cheap to replace a cable. But first of all, you got to get the this sensor console out, and it requires 4 screws. 2 screws are actually inside here at the bottom of this, but you got to take out the rubber mat first. Then you got to put a screwdriver in this little gap here and unclip the front of the front console, and then you'll see a screw here and a screw here. So you just remove 4 screws and the entire thing comes out. Push the handbrake down and all of this comes out quite easily. Okay, so once the console's out, you can see the handbrake is here, and this just requires a nut there, a nut here, and a nut here. Not a nut, a bolt to be unscrewed. You can actually see the 2 back cables over here, left and right. And what you got to do is unbolt this entire mechanism, and then you can easily just move that cable sideways, and it comes through the gap to unhitch this entire piece. One actually has to unhitch the left and right back cable over here. Okay, so twist the cables, get them through the gaps, and then the whole bank chute comes out. The other thing that you got to do is just remove this one electrical plug over here as well. Very, very simple to what else can I show you? Oh, okay. So here's the 2 millimeter cable. This particular cable is used in the marine industry in canoeing. It's canoeing cables, foot pedal cables, which costs almost nothing. You can then double it up, wrap it around where it actually broke off. Okay. Very simple to put the one end in here and the other end in here. So basically what you're doing is you're wrapping it around that cylinder where it actually popped out of, where the cable snapped out of. You're just going to be running it around the cylinder. Okay, here you can see the old cable. You don't need to remove it. It's snapped there. Here you can see the new cable that's wrapped around the cylindrical pin that it broke out of. Very, very simple. And this would be a very, very elegant solution, and a very strong solution as well. Okay, so here you can see the old cable, and here you can see the 2 tag ends of the new cable that is being put in. And these U-clamps cost almost nothing. Here I've shown you one of the U-clamps clamped around the old cable holding the new cable. And just to be on the safe side, you can put in 2 or 3 of these clamps in here, and this old cable is not going to go anywhere. So when you pull up the handbrake, it's actually pulling on the new cable, which also pulls on the old cable, and the old cable is linked to the actual handbrake mechanism.